and welcome back to the Museum of Cornish Life. In today's Museum Makes, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own Pom Pom Farmyard animals, just like these ones here. So what you're going to need to make these pom-poms is a selection of wool. So I've chosen pink for the pig, yellow for the chicken and black and white for the pig and the sheep. You will also need some coloured card for their faces, like this one here. Some googly eyes, which I've got, that are optional. You can also just draw the eyes on with felt tip pens or a pencil. And you will also need some scissors as well. So I'm going to start by making the pom-pom. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off, first of all, which is used to tie around the middle when we start wrapping the pom-pom. So you're going to take your fingers and you're just going to slowly wrap round the wool, like this here. And you want to just keep going, not too tight or else it will cut off the circulation in your fingers. So just keep wrapping it around. There's not a set amount of times to wrap it. It's just until you get a nice thick bit in the middle. So just keep going and make sure you don't cut your circulation off, which is what I am doing now. And just keep going until you've got like a nice thickness. So I'm just going to do a couple more wraps. And that'll be enough. And then you just cut off the wool. And you want to just pull it off your fingers. Sometimes it could be a bit tricky if you've wrapped it quite tight. And you want to make sure that you keep the loops nice and separate. So then you pinch it in the middle and gather it together like that. And then you take the wool that you cut off before and you just wrap it around the middle. And wrap it nice and tight, making sure that you keep those loops separate. So you just tie it in a knot. It can be a little bit tricky because of how fiddly it all is. There we go. Tie it nice and tight. Do a couple of knots to secure it. And there we go. And it should look something like that. So that's going to form the start of your pom-pom. Then you take your scissors and you just want to cut along these edges here. Make sure that you don't cut any of the wool in the middle that you've tied around, or else you'll unravel the pom-pom. So just start cutting along this edge here like that, and just keep going until you cut through all of the loops. And you want to make sure you get the ones right in the middle as well. So that's half of the pom-pom that's started to form. And then you just do the same the other side, and just keep cutting like that. Make sure you get the ones in the middle. Just be careful of your fingers as well. And then you can just start pulling them apart to start forming your pom-pom. And as you can see, I've got a couple of really long ones here. I'm just going to give it a little haircut and trim it up to make it nice and round. Just like that. And then you've got your pom-pom. There we go. You just tease it apart and it makes it nice and fluffed up. There we go. So I'm just going to clear this away. And the next step is to start making the face. So I've got some pink paper here, and you're just going to draw on the shape of the face. So for example, I've done the chicken and the cow and the sheep, and I'm going to do the pig for this pink one. So here's one I cut out earlier. So I did a really simple circle with some ears sticking out the top. I also stuck on some eyes. You can again draw them on if you would rather, and drew a little nose on it as well, just really simple. And if you're more artistic, you can make it really intricate if you like. Then you're going to take some Pritt stick or PVA glue and just stick it on the back. And then you're just going to find a nice flat bit of your pom-pom to stick it onto and press really firmly to stick it down. And there we go. And that's your finished pom-pom. So you can do the same for your sheep, your chicken and your cow, and just follow the same procedure and you'll make your farmyard animals. So thanks for joining us today, and don't forget on Wednesday at 4 p.m. for our farm collections tour. Thanks guys, see you soon.